Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Pavi. Thank you for sparing your Saturday morning with BCWA. Hope you all had your breakfast, and I will be moderating this session for you all today, this morning. Okay, so I would like to request all of you all to keep yourself muted and turn off your video throughout the session. And towards the end of the session, you may unmute yourself and on your video and post your questions to the speaker. And also you may, if you're not comfortable with turning on your video and unmuting yourself and asking the question to the floor, you may also use the chat box to post your question towards the end of the session. And okay, so let me welcome the speaker of the day. Okay, we have Miss Sim, an advocate and solicitor specializing in wills, estate administration, and property law. As the founder of her own law firm in Malaysia, Sim and Rahman, and one of the trusted probate lawyer in Malaysia, Miss Sim has been actively invited by many corporate companies such as Harveston Financial Groups, Rockwills from the group of CMY, and Nirvana to provide them training and talks from time to time. So we are also happy to announce that Miss Sim is one of our PCWA Exco committee member as well. So without further ado, I would like to invite Miss Sim on the floor to do her presentation. Miss Sim, over to you.
Thank you, Pavi. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for spending your time. Not to be rude, I have issues with the camera. However, you will see me in all my slides later on. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll promise to do this face to face one round with you guys, so that all of us we can see each other better. Yeah. So bear with me. I'm gonna start here. A short video. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Yeah, so this is our humble team. Yeah, we are Sim and Raman. My name is Sim, founder of our firm. Thank you for the introduction just now, Pavi. We are also one of the exco of BCWA, also the legal advisor. So a little bit of myself. I'm the founder of my firm, where I'm the also current president for International Worldwide Lawyer Team, chairing Asia Pacific. So if today you all have any issues in overseas, by all means, if you need assistance of lawyers, please let me know in which country. We'll lead you directly. Example, in Germany or Australia, Singapore, you can let us know. Yeah, so we will lead you to the right lawyers. So myself also on the Consumer Action Board, EXCO as well. So we help actually consumers if you buy a product, which is not the things that you plan to buy. Example, like the brand is not the real one, it's fake one. So in this event, you can actually file a complaint to us. We can lead you to the direct government body, so you can claim back your money, etc. And of course, I'm also BCWA's advisor at school, also vice president of Asia Entrepreneur Chamber of Commerce, where we do business in Asia Pacific, also the council now for Malaysia Law Institute. We actually share to Malaysians on the importance of financial literacy. This is also the reason we are doing this sharing today. We hope for this year, later we'll share with you guys what we do and what we just launched with the university in Malaysia. Yeah. So of course, I'm also the president of my own trustee body. We help clients facing issues to take care of their autism child, or some of their children which is not so good in handling money, they need assistance, they can actually appoint us. We can take care for them. Yeah. So this is a little bit photos of myself. I'm trainers to most of the insurance and also wheel writing company in Malaysia. Example, Rockwills, Harveston, etc. Yeah. And also this is our law firm, HQ. We are in Shah Alam and we are moving end of the year, a new office. And this is our KL office. We moved last year to a new branch in KL. Moving forward, we are going to Johor. So can I see the show of hands? I don't see, I can see. Today we are talking about why we do wealth planning. What is this wealth planning? A lot of people ask us about this, yeah, most of the time. However, how are you one of them? Yeah, whether you have a will written, if you're a Muslim, you will be thinking that, hey, my wasiat, what is going to happen to my wasiat? Yeah, is this wasiat against faraid or not? All right. So this is last year, okay, we are appointed myself as the chairperson to actually make the financial literacy more awareness. So we use it via award, not education, because when we say about achievement award, Malaysians like to hear. However, if we say about something like go and study and everything, people may be lazy, but they forgot about the knowledge. So because of that, we actually get the approval of MOF. You can see this is Ahmad Maslan, Timbalan Kewangan, Malaysia, currently number 1. He supported on our events, which is upcoming in June. We are going to do a MedCorp, which is appreciations for companies such as AIA, Great Easterns, Rockwills, all the big gigantic guys. So this is from him. This is what we're going to do. We're going to give a award to those outstanding companies so that Malaysians are aware why we need financial literacy. More often than not, Malaysians are, I would say, we are quite backdated because Singaporeans or even like people in Hong Kong, they are well aware of why they need a will or why they need to talk to estate planners. It doesn't matter of your asset value. Yeah, the lesser you have, the more you need to do a proper planning, because if your amount is less than 2 million, you can't go for the high court for the application. So you go for the government process where it takes about 3 to 5 years to complete. So it will cause a lot of suffering to your family members. Yeah. So wealth planning, yeah, I'm going to talk about this today, how to transpire to your next generation. Yeah. So what is this so-called estate planning? Okay, why are we doing this in a Saturday morning, telling everybody about this? We've been doing this for the past 10 years, every now and then. So I will talk to also to Kim and the committee, perhaps another sessions, we do it offline to avoid all these technical issues, yeah, on our side lah, yeah. So we'll focus today, we're not going to go through very thorough because maybe most of you may not be familiar, yeah. So we will brief you what is this estate planning. It encompasses a few items such as will writing, insurance, your mutual funds, trust. If you have someone you want to take care, or you have autism child, or you have children below the age of 18, yeah, so you need a trust. Of course, for those who are doing business, all right, they also need to know about business succession planning. So we work a lot with corporations because lawyers, most of the time, they practice either in sales and purchase, or they only focus in litigations, which is, go to the court and fight. But not many Malaysians such as us practice just in this exclusively. Yeah. So we also guide clients on this investment. Of course, we are not advisors on this, but we work closely with the companies. So we will know what is the consequences if the investments is not properly done and nominated, what happens to that part of your money after you pass away and etc. Yeah, or maybe you are not dead, you bedridden, comatose, or you're not able, you have speech issues. Malaysian up to date, we still don't have the law on situation where you don't die, okay, which is comatose or bedridden. In Singapore, they already have this law. So we are fighting for that, hoping Malaysian governments would understand. And lastly is on family office. These are things where ultra high networks see us to draft on their family governance, all right, how to govern their family business, making sure, okay, their generations continue to be wealthy and rich. Yeah. So because of this, we do what we do. Yeah? Because of the statistics shows Malaysians up to date, we are still ignorant. Okay, we are still so ignorant that we don't want to talk about estate planning. We don't want to talk about even will writing because they say that it's very sway. Once you do it, you're gonna die tomorrow. Unfortunately, this is not the scenario. Where the real scenario is if you don't do it, your family members or your loved one will suffer. Yeah. So this is the reason why Malaysians, we focus now on Malaysian because we talk to people in UK and all that, they are all aware of all this. So this is something we want to push to Malaysians to understand, to give more knowledge, all right? Because of ignorance, they refuse to talk about it. And of course, media awareness. Media is always on politics, always talks about this and that, but they've forgotten about the importance of guiding Malaysians. Beside working hard every day, you wake up, you work for money, but you forget that one day you'll go. What happens to that? Yeah. And also the perceptions that, you know, estate planning is only for the rich. Actually, estate planning is for everyone. Yeah, everyone, me, you. So there are questions from clients, how old we should start this. You should start immediately when you reach the age of majority, which is 18. Okay, why? Because without this kind of educations and knowledge, you would not consider about it. You always say it's maybe it's tunggulah bila I ada masa. Wait lah, I don't have the time yet lah. This is the perceptions. However, they forget that in the event they die, just like the next minute, what happens to that part of his hard-earned money? Yeah. And of course, family influence. Sometimes when we talk to clients, their spouse may be the one beside lah. Jangan lah, this one tipuan lah, blah, 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 these kind of things. Yeah. For us lawyers, we don't feel so much objections, but for people such as advisors, insurance agents, or will writers, they face this kind of objections from Malaysians. So that's why they work closely with us so that we can guide them like how they can bring back to their customer more value and how they can make sure that, you know, besides the another spouse or the better half saying, hey, don't la, the person making the decision still decide to do a proper wealth planning. Yeah, and of course, religious belief. There are also clients where Muslim clients came to us and asked that, hey, you know, us Muslim, we can't do a will like you guys, we are governed under Faraid and etc. So how are we going to go about it? Okay, so they see us and they talk to us and we give them some solutions on how to resolve the matter. Yeah. So we always believe in knowledge because knowledge will guide us very far and knowledge will not stop. The more you grow, the more you need to learn. So that's why we work now with the universities. Yeah, so we actually work with UTM now. We launched last 2 weeks MOU. We signed with UTM KL to come up with a syllabus on estate planning. All right, we will certify these people, okay, being a professional certificate. And also if they are keen, they can go for a 12-month course under diploma. I'm asked to share this today by UTM to you guys, not to sell something, but this is something that you can actually share with your friends or your children, okay, who's like, there's no direction for them after Form 5 or after college, they don't know what to do. They can actually come in to sit in for the diploma for 12 months to gain this kind of knowledge because Malaysians, we don't have this subject yet. So this is the first in Malaysia and also the first one certified by UNICEF. Yeah. So this is the beginner course. Yeah. The other day, our first sessions, during the sessions, I was talking to UTM. I said that since it's the first time, please do some discount because everybody may not be able, okay, and have the money to do it. So they decided to, you know, only cut to 2005 for it's a 3 months course. Sorry for that. It's a 3 months course because it's professional certificate. So it's a 3 months course. It's also online. Just to share with you guys, we have students from overseas as well. Currently, they join for the online classes to be certified as a professional will writer. Yeah, and also who should attend, of course, new will writers, students, or people who want to know more about will writing. I can share with you guys, I have people from the temple came to us. They say that, hey, they want to attend the course under their own association, their own temple, because they want to guide those auntie and uncles to know what is will writing. So in fact, it's a very good initiative by people like them, because they are not young. They are at the age of 40, 50s, and 60s, but they sign up. They want that course to only for them. So UTM is already doing for that. So this is what they're going to get if they complete the certificate. Yeah, but for some of them who wants to go further, yeah, further, such as insurance agents or currently will writers, they want to get a proper certification. They have not gone to university before. They want to be rogue just like a normal graduate, so they come up with an advanced course now. It's 12 months because it's professional will writing and estate planning. 3 months is only for will writing. If they want to go for estate plannings, the people who's going to guide them are lawyers. I'm one of them. People from the Hong Kong, Singapore, Canada, and Australia, because Malaysians, we have access around these countries. And the price also, they reduced to 5,005 for the early birds. Yeah, I'm just sharing this because this is just last 2 weeks, and it's one of the initiative that our law firm pushed for the many years, and it finally happens. Yeah, so they know that I'm having a sharing today. They asked me to share, so I'm here to share. So I just use an example here. What you're you're gonna get a certificate. You can put on your website that you're a certified diploma person. In your name card, you can put diploma of professional will writers and estate planners, and you will have your graduation day in the UTM. More visibility to your clients, but for you guys, it will be actually more knowledge. Yeah, you have to know why are you here today as well. So this is just a short video. I just show you guys. It's in Chinese. Sorry, because they shared me the last event one, the graduation event. Yeah.
Hello，大家好，我是 Dr. Francis Chong。我今天非常的开心呢，因为拥有30位来自美院的学员正式进入毕业。试想想，一个美院的企业家能够在 UTM 的马来西亚工业大学毕业，是多么棒的一件事情。接下来呢，我们相信由我们的 MPPM Majelis Permergasaan Pendidikan Negara 带领之下呢，能够让更多的企业家，尤其是您不管来自哪个企业呢，都能够顺利毕业。我期待您的到来。
dan Presiden International Beauty Certified Institute, Dr. Darren Suchandi, untuk menandatangani Memorandum Persefahaman.
嗨，大家好，我是林永和博士。今天我在这里，我感到非常的开心，因为我帮助了许多没有被认证的美甲师呢，终于成功获得大学的认证。他们能够在大学里举办这样子的一项课程，让他们觉得他们的尊严以及他们的这个身份呢有所提升。这是一种壮举，也是属于有创造历史的一刻。
Yeah, thank you. So we actually do this just to share with you guys. You can actually log into here. This is something that I founded. It's called the Law Institute. Even not necessarily you must be a lawyer. If you want to know more about legal aspects, this is new. We are going to come out a lot of syllabus according to law. Whether you want to talk about civil cases or criminal cases, you want to know if you are caught by police, what you should do. You want to learn more, you can actually go into this law institution. Yeah, and of course they'll be certified and etc. Okay, so estate planning, which is today, we're going to talk about wealth planning, how you're going to pass on to your next generation. For all of you here in BCWA, why is it so relevant to you? it's so relevant that most of you have gone through the darkest time of your life. Okay, and you have seen the worst. So that's why when you talk about wealth planning, I believe BCWA members are more open to that. When we talk about corporations with those big gigantic developers, they may not be understand, they only know about making money. But when we talk this thoroughly, people will start to ponder. Yeah. So we'll start off with this next, which is, can I die leaving many wills during my lifetime? So can I have many wills during my lifetime? These are the common question by clients to us. Yeah, they say that, hey, I actually leave one will 5 years ago, then after that I have another will in 8 years ago, and etc. So which one prevails? The answer is actually you can have many wills, but you must make sure it doesn't overtake another. Why? Because will, it actually comes following the latest date only. Only the latest date prevails. So if you have many wills, only the latest one will be seen. And let's say you have other jurisdiction, yeah, you have maybe Singapore accounts or house. Do you need to do a Singapore will? Yes, you need. The reason is very simple, because we practice different laws. So that's why in the course we also hire lawyers from Singapore to share on this to Malaysians, because Malaysians like to have assets nearby, which is Singapore. Yeah. So these are things that you all have to understand. Another people is like, can I lump sum everything in one will? We have those cheapskate client. I hope you guys don't do it. They want to lump sum everything, all their assets worldwide. They're so rich, but they want to asset everything, lump sum into a Malaysia will. Why? They want to save money. So can I do that? Actually, you guys can. But the thing is, the cost will be high after that. Why? Because you have asset, let's say in Australia, okay, and you have a house there, and you want to put it in a Malaysia will. Unfortunately, land law is different for every country. Yeah. So because of that, the process when you get back the assets from Australia back to your children in Malaysia, or vice versa, that process is called resealing. It's very expensive. It's about 3 times more expensive if you die leaving a proper will in different countries. But how you want to do it, you have to find a proper will writer who knows what clause, so that your will not overtake another. Because we mentioned earlier, what, you only can have one will during your lifetime. But how we want to make sure every country we have separate wills to make sure the costs are low for our family members, but to in the meantime also make sure that the will doesn't overtake another because of the date. So you have to have a proper clause inside all the wills. Yeah. So these are more technical. I just share with you guys that don't think of the easy way out. Yeah, clients such as this often pay us more. Actually, clients pay us more because they want to save during their lifetime, but they forgot during when they pass on. Maybe they don't find a proper will writer, or people to explain to them that they didn't know that to get back the asset using just a Malaysian will for overseas asset, that process costs more than 3 times more expensive. Yeah. And also, yeah, what if I die leaving no will? So these are the most common trend here. We thank to pandemic as well. Because of pandemic, Malaysians start to really wonder about this. We have cases where client, they ask a will writer to do a will, but they didn't go and sign because they say, I want to wait for Chinese New Year to finish, because they say during Chinese New Year a lot of people die. So this kind of perceptions, yeah, which we find it very funny, because if you don't do it and something happened to you, then you'll be a lot of more trouble. Your family members may not be getting along, okay, for administration, who wants to be, who don't want to be. But if you put someone in your will, you say that I want my eldest son, okay, I want my eldest son to do the administration. So my daughters all just wait for the money. If you have the proper instructions, it will be good for them. All right. Next, yeah. So this is letter administration. Just now we mentioned about will. When we die a will, we apply grant of probate with lawyers. You can come to us. We are very fast. We're about 3 weeks. We can get an order. If you die leaving no will, which is most of the majority Malaysians don't believe in this, they will have to apply LA, letter administration. Just administration itself, you have a lot of hassle because you didn't name who is your beneficiary. You didn't tell people who to act. You also didn't tell people how to resolve your debts. All right, people forgot about it. A lot of people will think that, hey, I don't need to pay for my credit card right after I die. Yeah, I think if you guys are nodding your head now, no, in fact, all the debts you have to pay. If you don't pay, the court will actually block your court order. Now it's so fast that, example, Hong Leong Bank, in 1 month time, you don't pay your credit card, they will check whether you are dead. Yeah, I share with you guys, and they'll check with the registry of JPN. If this person is dead, they will put a caveat and block your order immediately, because they want to get back the credit card amount that you have owed, yeah, during your lifetime. So what is administration? What is letter administration? Is when you die leaving no will, or there's something called a partial intestacy. Why? We have many will writers in the market, but whether these people are really good in what they do, actually they are not. Majority of them basically just go for a 3 to 4 days course, and they come out and say they are certified will writers, not the proper certified one. Yeah, so because of that, they are often where they forget or they missed out important points in the will, such as maybe a beneficiary died before even the person who lived the will is the testator. Okay, in this matter, what happened to that particular beneficiary part? If you didn't properly mention in the will, it will be frozen. So because of that, it's called partial intestacy. Yeah. And of course, for Muslim and non-Muslim, these are the most challenging part for us Malaysian. Muslim want to be like non-Muslim, to tell people who they want to give to their asset. Hard-earned money, we have a couple came to us, they don't have children, just husband and wife. They don't have children, so they're so worried their hard-earned money will go into their uncles, because according to Faraid, it has to go to the boys first, yeah, and etc. So these are more complex topic. And if you have assets, of course, if you don't have assets, just leave it lah. Okay, this is the only reason that you don't need. And in letter administration in Malaysia, we have 3 types. One is you will using the high court, which is we will prefer is faster, cleaner way, simpler way. If you don't have asset value that much, you go for Amanah Raya. Most of the time, you all will be hearing this. But if you ask us, we also help client to apply Amanah Raya, because client may leaving some bank accounts sometimes, but they didn't do a proper will and everything. So their family members still have to go to Amanah Raya. But that process takes about 3 to 5 years. Same for land office. For many of you who didn't know, land office actually has a small court inside. To do this kind of matter also take 3 to 5 years. So can you imagine, after you pass away, your family already in, they're already crying, remorse and everything, and you still leave so much issues to them. They want to get money, they cannot. They want to go tuition, they cannot. They need money. But this 3 to 5 years time, who's going to support them? Yeah. So this is no will, partial intestacy, all right? And Muslim, yeah, think about it. If you want to know more, you can and see us. I will refer you to a proper advisor in this field to give you some guidance. How are you going to do about it? Yeah. And have assets, is it worth to do or not? Yeah. If you have asset, it's worth to do a will. Simple as that. A will doesn't cost much. It's less than 1,000 ringgit. Yeah. But if you find a will writer which is not so professional, it will cost you a bomb eventually. Yeah. So case studies, I just bring you a little bit of case that we do in the market, as you can see in the papers. So this is a case where it handles by our law firm, where our client actually fell down from the MRT station of his site. He went to a will writer 1 week before that. He told to the will writer, I want to do a will. Unfortunately, the will writer doesn't have the time for him. And he also a busy guy. He just said, never mind lah, I wait for next week lah. So because of that next week, he fell to the death on the Tuesday. All right. So the situation get messy is because his parents are still alive. Okay. And his wife also has 2 children, and he has a previous marriage also having 2 children. So 4 children in total, all are minors, below 18. So he is very rich. He has a lot of assets. So because of that, the client and the family members are fighting who should be the administrator, because the father wants to take up the case. Then the wife also wants to take up the case. So we represent the wife. Yeah, and this case actually dragged on for 3 to 5 years because the deceased doesn't have a will. And he didn't tell people who and who is going to take the administration, who's going to do the job if something happens to him. So ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, after 3-5 years, finally, we got it settled. Yeah. So because of this, we actually tell clients that life doesn't take two. If you feel like doing it, just do it. Because there's no always like, oh, festive season is coming, so I don't want to do first, or hey, I don't have the time. Everybody is busy. Yeah, nobody is not busy. So find your time. It's so simple. Doing a will, I always tell my clients, so simple. You just tell me who are your beneficiaries. You don't need to tell me how much you have. Tell me who are your beneficiaries. If there is a children, just find 2 administrator, 2 trustee to take care of them upon your passing away. So just give the IC first. I always tell my clients, you just give IC first. Let us prepare a draft for you, show you what is in the will, then we come and have a discussion. Because with this, it's faster to resolve. Yeah, rather than you list out a lengthy of leave of asset. I have a house here lah, with the loan lah, with the credit card. There's no need of all this. Yeah, let me share with you. Because you don't die tomorrow, you may die after 20 years. So things may change, but your will still valid. Yeah. So this is another case handled by us. The whole family dies during the festive season. Yeah, this one is a whole family die case. It's also under a law firm, where it's also very challenging. This is a very challenging case where none of them have will. Okay, so who comes for claiming? It's people which is not related to their family members. Yeah, so this is the most tricky part and the most triggering part. Yeah, we don't know whose case to start first. So we always see the time of death. The time of death, because they die on the same day. Yeah. So overseas asset, like I already mentioned earlier just now, yeah, if you have asset in overseas, best advisable, every country you do a will. But in your will, you put a specific clause, say that my Malaysian will not override my other jurisdiction will. It's just that, all right? But will writers often miss out. So that's why it's important to tell them to go for more knowledge, more trainings, more case studies before they actually go into the market to do it. Because you will cause a lot of issues to client after that. Yeah, so and which country for us, like because we're an international lawyer team, for us we always Singapore side is going to start first or Dubai side is going to start first. So we often have these issues. So we have to really find the proper lawyer so that they know how to handle, especially is regards to the tax. Our country doesn't have inheritance tax, but such as countries such as UK, they do have inheritance tax, as well as the US. Yeah. So this one, a very solid case in pandemic. Yeah, in pandemic we didn't stop as well, because pandemic, we are essentials, our firm, because we do estate planning. So there are clients where they die, the son die in the morning, the same day the mother dies. So this case, very challenging, because the guy didn't have a will. He just got married, no kids, but the mother has a will, leave everything to him, because he's the only son in the family. So there are 5 daughters, right? We represent the 5 daughters. The wife is not represented, but the wife has a lot of friends, being a lawyer, giving us a lot of issue to us. So, but we managed to resolve it. But these are also the reason we have to tell client, doesn't mean you're young, you will not die, because you didn't know when the next thing is coming. Yeah. So just do proper planning, talk to advisors, let them brief you, let them serve value to you and your family. Yeah. And of course, we also want to share today with BCWA members for you guys to understand another thing where Malaysia we don't have yet. I can share with you, but it is very important and relevant to clients, which is family office. What is family office? We actually see a lot of big wheel companies in Malaysia to tell them about this, but they don't understand how to do it. Yeah, but in Hong Kong, Singapore, or Taiwan, this is very popular for the ultra high net worth. Okay, these are the thing that client wants to do. They want to create an ecosystem in the family for ultra high net worth. They want to make sure their wealth is preserved from one generation to another to the next. All right, the most typical case is a brand in Malaysia, which is Yo. Yeah, everybody would have known of this brand, the chrysanthemum tea, the lychee tea. All right, so Yo is a typical case when we talk about family office. They are very rich. They founded in 1935. Unfortunately, at the third generation, the entire business collapsed. Why? Because the bigger the family grows, there's no guidance, no law, what to do, what not to do. Everybody only thinking about themselves, only talk about money. So they split everything and eventually they suit each other. So the business was sold. So these are things where we talk to ultra high net worth clients, they buy our ideas. We talk to Malaysian company, but because they don't have the knowledge, they can't do it for client. So if you have clients such as this, they want to know more, can look for us because we will tell them and will refer to Singapore side. Singapore is very popular now on this because of the currency issues, because of instability of politics around the world. Singapore is a safer hub for clients because the money is almost same with US dollar as well. Yeah. So another big brand is Yuansen. Okay, this also Chinese medicine, big company. Yeah, also the same issue, collapse in the family because it is divide the more and more family members. Eventually couldn't get along, and another company which is Lam Chang Singapore. Lam Chang is a very big developer in Singapore. They bought over the brand, but after that, after so many years, the fourth generation have to use 21 million Sing dollar to buy back that brand. So it's a waste of money. Yeah. So these are also the reason why they need to have a proper planning. Of course, during that time, they doesn't have knowledge on all this, but people like now, yeah, people in now 2023, they would have already known about this, but they just don't know how to start or who they should talk to. Yeah. So these are our services, our law firm. We are, of course, specialized exclusively in estate planning, wealth planning, helping clients on how to manage their asset after their family member pass away. But of course, we are also a full service firm. Okay, we have, because of we doing estate planning, we need to know a lot of aspects of the law, including company, what's going to happen to their shares. We have to advise the family members. Partnership, what's going to do if another partner pass away, how to take over the business. Sales and purchase, we have to help clients to sell and buy back the property, get a loan, refinancing after family members pass away. We are now popular for land conversion. We converted land in Desa Park City site from leasehold to freehold. Yeah, you can see us, we are in the stars, we are in papers. So yeah, Will, if you need advice, you need a trust advisory, look for us. Yeah. So this is competitor. This is a slide where I show to insurance agent. They love it. This is you. Your competitor eventually no knowledge, they'll be there, the last. Yeah. So it's an ecosystem. It's something that keep changing. I can let you know this subject is nothing to do sales, like sales and purchase is dead. The process is the same. You can hire clerks to do it, but estate planning is something moving, keep changing because you have to understand tax as well. Yeah. So this is me. If you want to know more, please log into our website, simraman.com. We come out articles every 2 weeks to guide Malaysians what to do. Yeah. So that's all from me, Pavi. Thank you.
Thank you, Sim. Thank you for the very insightful information. So we do have some questions over here in the chat box. Which campus, Kudai or Jalan Samarak KL? I think it's
Jalan
regarding
Semarak KL, Jalan
Right.
Raja Petra,
Okay, so the other one will be, okay, how much does it cost to write a will?
A will for us, if you are a member of BCWA, yeah, if today you come here, we don't charge you any extra cost. We only charge you 500 ringgit for any complex will as well. If it's a simple will or a complex will, it's only 500 ringgit. Our will is used by Rock Wills, all right, to sell to the market, and their will costs about 3 to 5,000 ringgit. So it's the same thing, but for us, we are just doing a service. We want to encourage members to do a will. Yeah, so if you want to know more, you can actually tell Pavi. Pavi can refer to me. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so the other question will be, do you have a representation in Kuching?
Kuching in Sarawak. For what matter?
Yeah.
For will.
Very good question. Just to share with everyone, yeah, if you are in West Malaysia or you are living in East Malaysia, so you have to find a local will writer to do for you. The reason is because West Malaysia and East Malaysia, we practice different wills act. Okay. However, I can refer you to one of our colleagues there. Yeah, you can see them. Let me talk to them first. If you're interested, you let Pavi know again. Drop Pavi
Okay.
your number. I'll get in touch with you in WhatsApp. I refer you to the lawyer in local side.
But
And
we have also some properties in West Malaysia.
yeah, it depends on your domicile. Okay, domicile. What is domicile?
Yeah.
When we talk about domicile, right? Domicile is where most of your time during your lifetime as a Malaysian, where you stay the longest hour in your life. Are you staying more in Kuching or are you staying more in KL? All right.
In Kuching now.
Yeah. So if your majority time is in Kuching, then you do a will in Kuching to cover your asset in West Malaysia, which is KL. Yeah.
Okay. So you were saying that the Australian one, I have to find another wheel maker in Australia, right?
That is correct. If it's Australia, you let me know. Yeah, which state is that? Perth or Sydney? I can refer.
Adelaide.
You're in Adelaide. I can refer you to one of our colleagues there. Yeah, you can talk to them. So I just get you the number. You can liaise with him in the WhatsApp, and you can deal direct. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good. Very, very good. Any other question?
Okay, there's another question here. If your husband dies and leaves credit card debts, I've got to settle it.
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, what do you think, Bob? What do you think? Do you think you need to pay?
I think I should not pay because I didn't take the money. It is he who took. So why should I pay?
All right. Okay. So this, let me teach you. When we do this, whether you will be liable for the debts of him or not, or anybody lah. Do I need to pay for my husband's debts? Doesn't mean credit cards. Like can be any debt, house loan, sometimes car loan, sometimes personal loan. People nowadays take so many personal loans. We were shocked when we get the statement every time. The answer is yes and no. All right. Why we say yes and no? If you want to take administration of his case, let's say your husband leave not only these debts, he leave to for you also asset. Means the asset actually higher than the debts. Then you take out administration. Then you will have to bear the debts. So the rule is very simple. If you don't take administration, then you will not be liable for his debts. Okay. So this is the point. Yeah. Some client, I only want money. I don't want to take the debts. Cannot. If you take the money, then you have to absorb the debts. Yeah.
So because unfortunately he has no assets at all.
Then do not take administration. Then you will not be liable.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
If remarried, do we need to make a new will?
All right. If we remarry, we have to do a new will because a new marriage will override a will you do before your marriage. But if you divorce, okay, you have to take note, guys. If you divorce, your will still prevail. So many people forget to change their will after they divorce. So make sure you change it after you divorce. But if you remarry, the will automatically will be revoked. Automatically. Yeah. So you better rewrite after you remarry. Yeah. All right.
If we organize like because here we have the the Protestant Women's Community Club. Since your talk was so informative for women especially, if we want you to come and speak to us, will you come and speak or we do it?
Of course. Honor is mine. You arrange with Pavi, yeah? Thank you.
Yes, I will try and organize it because I think people like in Port Dickson where I live, many of us are not aware of these things and there's nobody to guide us.
That's correct.
I will work on it, and Pavitra, you must give me a number so I can.
Yeah, sure. Those who would like to have Sim's contact, just WhatsApp the PCWA office number. From there, I'll just pass it on to you all. So since Miss Sim is happy to assist you all, so you can just WhatsApp me at the office number that you all have been receiving the notifications from. So we'll be in touch there.
Pavi.
Just want to emphasize from personal experience, it's a horror to take over without a will.
Yes, it is true because yeah, these are all very important points. Why we do today? Why we want to do awareness today on this Saturday morning? Because we realize many Malaysians, they didn't know. If you have not encountered this, means I always say it means you don't have people who die yet in your family. So once somebody dies, then you will get the horror and the nightmare starts if you don't have a proper will done. Yeah, actually, if you do a will, you save a lot of money and hassle. I always say leave legacy to your family members, and not leave trouble to them. Serious. Yeah, because there's no point. That's why we do what we do. That's why we talk to universities for so many years. Finally we get some recognition because small areas needs us more. Yeah, so we need to bring more awareness. Yeah, thank you. All right, any last before we call a day?
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for sparing your Saturday morning with us. Hope you all had a great day. Have a nice day and see you all in the next session. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much,
you.
Miss Sim.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.